Good morning. My name is Colleen Bryan, and I serve on your Board of Trustees this year. We opened with these words by Rebecca A. Edmonston Lamb. Come in. Come into this place which we make holy by our presence. Come in with all your vulnerabilities and strengths, fears and anxieties, loves and hopes. For here you need not hide, nor pretend, nor be anything other than who you are and who you are called to be. Come into this place where we can touch and be touched, heal and be healed, forgive and be forgiven. Come into this place where the ordinary is sanctified, the human is celebrated, and compassion is expected. Come into this place. Together, we make it a holy place. We'd like to extend a special welcome if you're a guest this morning. So if you're comfortable doing so, if you want to stand up or raise your hand, and we'll welcome you here today. Glad you're here with us. You can learn more about us online at the congregation's website. The link is printed in your order of service, and you can pick up a hard copy of our newsletter, The Plowshare, in the office. Please take a moment now and warmly greet the people who are around you and came out in this cold, cold morning. Now that you've connected with each other, we invite everyone. We invite everyone to join us and continue these conversations in the coffee hour in the community room. So instead of heading right to the cold outside, head left to the warm community room with coffee, and you can have more conversations with each other after the service. On the first and third Sunday of the month, the offering here at First Unitarian is donated beyond our four walls to the larger community. This Sunday is the Giving and Action team has chosen to share our financial resources with the Freedom Fund, and you'll hear more about them from a guest who's joined us later in the service. If anyone still has their cell phones or electronica on, maybe you could turn it off now. Leave the pacemakers going, but the rest of the stuff will just interrupt you. I've been asked to remind you that the auction is coming up in April, and you can start now thinking about what it is you have that you would like to donate to the auction. It is the biggest fundraiser we have through the year, and it's become more and more both profitable and fun as we've gone through under the leadership of Diane Hainsworth. Is she in this room? Oh, good, we'll talk about her. She's done a fabulous job, and she's already started. So these forms are in a basket just before you go into the cloakroom. As you stand outside, it's to the left, opposite the office, as you stand outside the office. Find a form, figure out what you'd like to donate, and start filling it in and sending it in. If you don't take a form home with you, it's also available online. If you ever wonder who pays the bills here, who keeps the lights on, who pays the salaries for our wonderful staff, or who owns this historic building, look around. The owner is right next to you. We are member-owned and supported almost entirely by your generous gifts. Please return your pledge letter today if you haven't already. If you've returned your letter, please make your pledge payment. Visit fusden.org for more information. Weekly announcements are printed in your order of service, and this morning we have one additional announcement that Diane's going to make.
Hi, I'm Diane Hoffman. I am doing the sound for the Lafayette Street Players performance of the good, the bad, and the outrageous. And some of our performers will be using these microphones that have the headsets and the battery packs. And I am looking for one or two volunteers to help people get these microphones on and get these microphones off, because we thread these cords and hide these battery packs underneath costumes. So performers need your help in getting them on and off. And it's very important that they get that help, because it's easy to damage these microphones. So you do not need to know anything about sound or microphones. I can teach you everything you need to know about these very quickly. I just need somebody who will be, conscientious and do a good job for us. So if it sounds like something you'd be interested in doing, you can see me after the service. I'll be over there by the sound desk. Thank you. The performances are in the second weekend of February. There are tech and dress rehearsals before that. So you need to, if you get only one person, you need to commit for the first 8 days or so of February. And generally show up for one of the late January or the 1st of February rehearsals, so that you can get some practice in, and I can show you how to get these on. I've got all the particulars, and I'll be happy to talk to you if you're interested over there after the service. Thanks.
Good morning, First Unitarian. And thank you for braving the roads and the snow out there, getting here to get your church on a Sunday morning. Two little brief things before the call to worship. One is that there's an error in your order of service. It says next week there's going to be a sermon on money and morality. That is not true. Next week there's going to be a service put on by our Family Promise people called the Promise of Home. So that'll be next week. The other thing about Family Promise is that the volunteer board is now up in the community room. Please check it out when you get a chance. So I have kind of an odd title and subject for the service today, Getting It All Wrong. And it was kind of odd trying to find an appropriate call to worship for a service about getting it all wrong, but I think I landed on the right one. This is a poem by William Larson. It has a word in it which may not be familiar to some of you. The word is dharma. It is a Buddhist term that translates roughly as teaching. So the dharma of something is the teaching of something. The poem is called Surrender. At our house, there live a girl, a dog, and a yard full of newly planted flowers. The dog came free, the girl is priceless. The flowers cost $300. A cozy scene, but complicated in that I love the girl. The girl loves the dog, and the dog loves to dig up my flowers. I do not love the dog. Creating a dilemma in which I, who crave even the illusion of control, am stymied between my needs for the orderly completion of my desires and the beam of joyous fire in the eyes of the girl. All of which says more about the complexities of love than the training of neurotic dogs. And I've just discovered in writing these lines that the dharma of this dilemma has less to do with my training the dog not to dig my flowers than with the dog training me to love the girl.
We're asked to reflect on our whole soul living theme for this month, which is economy. The writer Hannah More has this to say about the economy of forgiveness. Forgiveness saves the expense of anger, the cost of hatred, and the waste of a peaceful spirit. As we heard earlier, twice a month we give the morning offering to a community organization that we believe in. The Giving in Action Committee has chosen the Freedom Fund as a recipient of today's offering. To give us more information about the organization, we'll hear now from Trudy Brown.
Good morning. I'm Trudy Brown, and I'm a longtime member of the Freedom Fund's Executive Council. The Freedom Fund was started by Denver's First Universalist congregation, and for 30 years we have helped remove the financial barriers for women seeking an abortion. I have done this work because I believe that women know what is best for themselves and their families, and that their options for reproductive choice should not be limited by their financial status. Last year, we helped 646 women change the direction of their lives. I'm going to share with you a sampling of letters we received from women we have helped. From a 33-year-old, I'm not quite sure how it is that I can say thank you. I have found myself at a difficult crossroad in my life, and am thankful for the funds that I was able to receive at a time when I really needed the help, assistance, and understanding. Thank you for providing this to me during my difficult time of need. And from a 20-year-old, When I found out I was pregnant, I was scared and very alone. After thinking about my future and what I want in my life, I realized abortion was the only choice for me. I look forward to having kids someday, but I want that to be when I can give a child the best life possible. And as a 20-year-old struggling to pay and take care of myself as it is, I know this is not the time for me. Thanks to you guys, the Freedom Fund, and the Boulder Women's Health Clinic, I can give myself more time and opportunity to grow before becoming the great mom I can someday be. And from a 25-year-old woman with one child. The Freedom Fund and their incredibly generous donation of $170 literally saved me. I am not in a place in my life where I could handle a pregnancy, and I am beyond thankful for the help I could receive today. I intend to donate to the Freedom Fund in the future to pay my gratitude forward. The work of the Freedom Fund is possible only when people donate to help women like these who find themselves at a life-changing crossroad. On their behalf, I want to thank you for your generosity this morning.